My name is Nick Carboni. I am a retired telecommunications technician. Been retired about 10 years now, and I've been a member here about 5 years. Nashua Valley Railroad Association. We are in Shirley, Mass. If you need an address, it's 2 Shaker Road, Phoenix Office Park, Building E, room 205. The club is the Nashua Valley Railroad Association because it is physically in the Nashua Valley River Basin, per se. It was started 73 years ago in Clinton, Massachusetts. And then it moved at some point, which I don't know, it moved to Bolton, Massachusetts. And then in 2008, it moved from Bolton to here. So we have been physically here since 2008. Well, our goal is, I like to consider myself an ambassador to model railroading. So our goal is to promote the hobby through membership and having open houses, going to train shows. It's just hopefully to perpetuate the hobby for generations, those before me and those after me. And to have been around for 73 years, I think we're doing pretty good. Club meetings are typically on Thursdays, but we have open house, as we are today. In November, we also have, we're part of the Tour de Chooch, which is kind of like clubs and private individuals open up their layouts to the general public. And that's generally, you can find that information online. So it's called Tour de Chooch. We also have a website. So if somebody wants to visit us in between those two, they can contact us through the website, and we can always arrange a meeting with the public, whether it's a group or just one individual. The layout is basically represents the I like to call it the old Boston, Maine, because it doesn't exist anymore, between Boston, Mass, and Mohawk, New York, which is just over the border of Western Mass. And it has all of the cities and towns you may find along that actual right-of-way. Places like Adams, places like Irving, Schaghticoke, New York, are all represented here in some form. And the time period is generally 1960s and 1980s. That's what we strive for, that time period. My favorite section might be Adams, because that's actually my project. So I kind of have a kind of tied to that. I enjoy it because I've been working on it for well over a year. So it's kind of like my baby. But when I'm running a train, I really enjoy the entire layout. There's no, other than Adams, which is my project, I have no favorite section per se. With this club, we hope to obviously add more scenery. We have a lot of areas that need to be scenic. We also have a expansion project that's going to be along the back wall. We're actually going to expand at least another 100 feet of rail and yards and what have you. So, and it takes a long time. We're talking probably decades. If you want instant gratification, this is not the place to be. It takes time to create this stuff.
My name's Bruce Hulse. I'm the vice president of the club, and I've been here 12 years. I've worked on the staging areas. I did all the bench work for the 2 lower staging areas, and half of this thing, and all sorts of spline leading into the staging areas, and the turn at the end of the Fitchburg area. I did all that spline. It's just like hundreds of hours of work on them. So the helix allows us to have a double deck layout. We send trains in at the bottom of the helix, and they go through a curlicue that is very low grade. You know, it's not that steep. Okay, and so the trains gradually get up into the second level or down to the first level if they're coming the other way. And it's one of those things where there's a huge amount of track inside that, because even 40 and 60 car trains will disappear for a couple of minutes after they've entered the tunnel.